Hey, so we're going to be doing a sound comparison clip. This is going to be a stock intake here for the Nissan Altima before I install the aFe Stage 2 intake. So this is the startup cold. All right, so here we go. This is the intake that we're going to be installing. We're just going to be following the directions. This is my very first time taking this apart, so always follow the instructions. The engine's still a little bit hot, so I might have to stop filming for a little bit, but I'm just going to try and get most of what I can off. Step 1 in the instruction assembly is to remove the cover. And it's just held together with 3 10mm nuts. Not too crazy. Any standard ratchet, you can go ahead and take it off. Kind of need an extender for this one. It's a little deep, so there's that. And we should be able to remove the housing. Alrighty, so I guess the cover was just held on a little bit tightly by this right here. So when you're pulling it, make sure you firmly pull right there. And instructions also call for step 2 to remove the clips. Easy enough for this car. Clips are easily to take off. There's one back here. And then it also calls for the removal of the mass airflow sensor, which is right over here. We just wipe the lens real quick. Go. This comes off pretty easily. This is your sensor. These little clips, you must be a little bit careful. They have you're gonna want to pinch these clips with little pliers. There's 2 of them, and they're a little bit tricky because one of them's in here, and the other one's right in here. But that was easily able to be taken care of with just basic pliers. And the tricky one was the one underneath here. I'll show you a little trick. Use your flathead screwdriver and go ahead and pinch it. If you have somebody to help you, you can pinch the other side of this right here, but you could just pinch one side, kind of hold it, and then pull it, wiggle it, and then pull the other one out. So that one was pretty good. Then the removal of the hose right over here. So we went ahead and then did all that now, so stay tuned for the next steps here for you guys. Check it out. Alrighty, and then we went ahead and proceeded to take off the old, the tube, the intake tube, connects to the throttle body right there. We got everything taken off right there. These, I believe it's the secondary air inlet or whatever, it's like for emissions. So we're just gonna take this off now. We're gonna start installing pretty soon the intake. So let's keep getting at it. Alrighty, so now we got the box off. One big thing you guys should probably do is clean this, because this is, at least right here, it's really dirty in your OEM box, especially up in here. Good little method. Let's give it a good old, one of these bad boys. Just jam it up in there. Yes, yes. Cue the innuendos. But yeah, get it in there into the intake, because this car gets its air from the front here. So go ahead and give it a good scrub. There you go. Look at that. Look at how much dirt came off. This is all gonna dirty your intake, so make sure you do a good job. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this a bit, and then we'll tune back in. Alrighty, welcome back, guys. So we went through a few of these steps here. We went ahead and reassembled all the mass airflow sensor, and we're pretty much at the end here. We're just reconnecting everything here, and this is what it looks like. And it uses all the same mounting hardware, so you're gonna want to make sure you clip everything back up. Your mass airflow sensors hooked up. Make sure you have your coupling down here assembled. You're gonna also use the rubber grommet and the little intake tube, and connect everything. It's nice and sturdy on there. Make sure and also the instructions do recommend re-tighten after 100, 200 miles, because you know, car does moves around. I also didn't super tighten everything. I want to make sure the fit is right. One thing though I will say is that I will probably have to contact them later, but I didn't receive this part here, part H, which I believe is the hose. I'm going to have to use the stock one, kind of bend it to connect it, but this is kind of in place. It's not flexible that much, but with the clamps, it should be able to hold on to that. So just FYI, make sure you do receive this H. I'm gonna have to call them and have that shipped to me later on or something. For the most part, there it is installed. Let me move that out of the way. It's in there, and I'll go ahead and dress everything up, and then we'll go ahead and do another startup on that. And in case you're tuning in, this is the Takeda Stage-2 aFe power intake here for the 2015 Nissan Altima. Alrighty, here we go. So everything is installed. Like I said, we had that little issue with the hose, but I'm gonna go ahead and email them or give them a call. I already left them a message about getting the proper part. We do have the stock hose on there still, which is a little bit short, so the sound clip may be affected due to that. So just a heads up, it might sound a little different. Once I get the proper hose, I'll probably record this section again, but this is the installation of the Takeda Stage-2 intake, and we're gonna go ahead and do a engine start and a little rev, and we'll see how it compares. Alrighty, so this will be the final little update here. I went ahead and bought myself some hose, some 5/8 hose at O'Reilly's. In the meantime, while I emailed the manufacturer, Takeda, for the missing hose, I'm sure they'll give me one. But in the meantime, I didn't want to run with that sketchy kind of setup I had. So I went ahead and just got a hose, 5/8, just like the stock. Ran it straight. It's perfect, good fit. It should run way smoother now. But yeah, there we go. That's pretty much the complete build. Let's throw your cover back on there. I'll go ahead and bolt it on in a second, but kind of give you a little, it's pretty much what it looks like with the cover on. So there you go. You get the completed build there for you guys. Peace out. Thanks for tuning in on the build. Alrighty, and here we go. Here's the sound from a dead stop.